Have it recorded yet? One, two. We'll wait until 30, yeah? And then we'll begin our lesson today. Twenty-three, 25. Muhammad Ramaditya Nuryawan, Praviniandia Zayan Arundati, Hafil Safan Aldafa, Anggit Najwa Pramesti, Naura Intan Nurfadila, Feiro Akbar Effendi, Zelika Audrina Gasani, Risa Danira Nadia Himawan, Kinanti Ayu Larasati, Agnia Afifah Fadila, Andika Konstantin Konstantin, like title of new movie. Okay, good morning all. So let's start now. We are going to discuss about sketching curve today. So do you have any question before we will begin? Before we begin the lecture today. Oh, I just want to remind you about the inflection point. Yeah? Just one thing about the inflection point. Yeah. I think yesterday, 2 days ago, sorry, you have f prime x is something like this, x squared times, maybe I'm not forget, but this is a constant, maybe 30, forget. This is x minus 1. Okay, and you want to find the inflection point here. To find the inflection point, you have to draw the diagram first, the sign diagram of f double prime, and you have it changes sign at the zeros. The zeros is x equals 0 and x equals 1. Yeah, and you can check one by one that the sign is given by, this is f prime, the sign of f prime. The sign is given by plus, minus, minus, yeah, plus, minus, minus. So this is, you have something like concave upward here, concave downward here, concave downward here. Okay, so it only changes convexity, it only changes concavity, sorry, at x equal 1. Okay, so the only inflection point is when x equals 1. Yeah, so be very careful, be very careful. When x equals 0, it doesn't change concavity. So x equals 0 is not the inflection point of function fx. Yeah, if f double prime is given by this. Okay. The last part we are going to look at the sketching curve. First of all, you have to know what is vertical and horizontal asymptote. I think you have already done this. You know how to do this. Maybe you don't know what you are counting, what you are calculating. Yeah. So horizontal asymptote is just like this. So if you have a graph like this, maybe okay, maybe this one. Okay, this is the famous curve that is y equals 1 over x. Okay, this is a famous curve. So if you look at this, when x goes to infinity, when x goes larger and larger, the height is decreasing and decreasing, decreasing and decreasing, and later the height will become 0. Okay, so this means that y equals 0 is we usually call the horizontal asymptote. The horizontal asymptote. So when y equals b is a horizontal asymptote, is if limit of the value of here, when x gets higher and higher, x gets larger and larger, it goes to the height of b. And this one, it goes to the height of 0. So y equals 0 is the horizontal asymptote of fx equals 1 over x. Okay, yeah? And don't forget, you have to look for both of this. X goes to infinity and x goes to minus infinity. And you can find this when x goes to minus infinity, it means that x getting smaller and smaller. It will give you 0 also. Okay, it will give you 0 also. How do you do this? You plug in minus 10, minus 100, minus 1,000, minus a million. So it will give you minus 0.0000, and it will go to 0 when x getting smaller and smaller. And the graph is given by this, yeah. It getting smaller and smaller, go to the height of 0. Okay, so when you're calculating the horizontal asymptote, you have to check the when x goes to infinity, and you have to check when x goes to minus infinity. You have to check both of them. Okay, yeah. But the vertical asymptote, what is the vertical asymptote? The vertical asymptote is like like this. Maybe okay, yeah. This one is the vertical asymptote. This one is the vertical asymptote. What is this when y equals 1 over x? This is when x equals 0. This is x equals 0, yeah? When x equals 0, going from the right of 0, it will goes to infinity. So you have like this. When x goes to 0 plus, it will goes to plus infinity here. So that's we call x goes to 0 plus, yeah? So x equals 0 is called the vertical asymptote of the function of this. It is a little different, yeah, between horizontal and vertical asymptote, because if you want to prove that x equals c is a vertical asymptote, x equals c is a vertical asymptote, you just prove one of this. Just prove one of this. You don't have to prove all of this property. You just have to prove just one. Why? Because you can have a graph of function just like this. Maybe this is one. When x goes from the left of 1, it will go to some. It will go to. It will go to. It will go to this height. Very annoying. Okay, it will go to this height. Let's say that is 2. When x goes to 1 from the left, x1 minus, it goes to the 1 value. But when it goes from 1 plus from the right of 1, it can go to this one, getting smaller and smaller. It means that x1 minus of this function f goes to minus infinity here. Okay, so you just have to prove one of this. If you can prove one of this, it means that this is the vertical asymptote. Okay, if you have a rational function, like you have maybe x minus 4 divided by x plus 2. So how do you find quickly, fast, what is the vertical asymptote? Very easy. It must be x equals 2. Why? Because when x equals minus 2. When x equals minus 2, you have a division by 0. And a division by 0 will give you plus infinity or minus infinity. It depends when you are going from left of minus 2, or the right of minus 2. So it will give you the vertical asymptote. So if you have this kind of function, x minus 4 divided by x plus 2 and x minus 2, it must be the vertical asymptote must be x minus 2 and x plus 2. Yeah, you can prove it by proof one of this, that x goes to 2 from the right of left going to plus or minus infinity, and x goes to plus or minus from 2 plus or 2 minus, it will go also to the plus or minus infinity. Okay, yeah? So let's do this. Find all horizontal asymptote and vertical asymptotes of fx. Okay, yeah? I want answer. First, I want to find the horizontal asymptote. To find the horizontal asymptote, I have to find two things. I have to find a limit of x goes to infinity. I want to find where does it goes, to what value. This is minus 1. X squared plus 3x plus 2. So it will give you, it will give you limit of x to infinity. Wrong brackets. Okay, and this can be, okay, x minus 1, but I can factor out the denominator here, x plus 2 it must be, and x plus 1, I think. Yes, I think it's right. Yeah. And how do you, okay. I don't have to do this, yeah? I don't have to do this. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? I don't have to do this. Okay, yeah. Just the same as before. How do I find the when x goes to infinity? Don't forget, it will give infinity divided by infinity. Okay, yeah. Usually, what do? You divide it by the highest degree of polynomial. So x to the power of 1, x to the power 2, you have to divide by x squared. Why? So the limit at the numerator and the limit at the denominator exists. Okay, yeah? So you have this one. Sorry. X squared. And x squared. 1 over x squared. Okay, yeah. You know x divided by x squared is 1 over x, and 1 over x, when x goes to infinity, it will give you 0. The same here, 0. The same here, oh no, this is 1. This is 0. 3 divided by x, x goes to infinity, it will give you 0, and it will give you 0. So this is 0 divided by 1, and it will give you 0. Okay? So the height y equals 0 is the horizontal asymptote of fx. Okay, yeah? Oh, maybe the same, yeah? Don't forget, you have to find both of this. Okay, and you have to find when x goes to minus infinity, and you can just change this, and it will give you the same result. So y equals 0 is the horizontal asymptote of fx. Questions? Do I always have the horizontal asymptote from x goes to infinity and x goes minus infinity? It's always the same? Of course no. Of course no. I can have this kind of graph. I can have this kind of graph. This kind of graph. It means when x goes to infinity, it will go to this height. And when x goes to minus infinity, it will go to this height. So maybe this is 1, this is minus 1. So when x goes to infinity, when x goes larger and larger, it goes to the height 1. And when x goes to minus infinity, it will go to the height minus 1. So it is possible when this and this is not the same. It is possible. But in your case, we will always give you the one that have the same. Okay, yeah? But you have to write both of this. Okay, yeah? It's just a formality, but you have to write both of this. Okay, yeah? So you know that x squared plus 3x, this is, I can factor this out. X minus 1 divided by x plus 1, x plus 2. So you have this. Okay, yeah? You can guess the vertical asymptote is given by minus 1 and minus 2, and it corrects. And that is correct. Okay, yeah? Finding the vertical asymptote. Okay, yeah? How do you find this? You have to find, don't forget, you have to prove limit of x goes to, you can choose, yeah, either 1 plus 1 minus, it's up to you. So I want to use minus 1, maybe just plus. Okay, yeah. For this I have x minus 1 divided by x plus 1, x plus 2. So what this will give you? Minus 1 plus, it means minus 1 plus, ya, minus 1 plus dari kanan berarti minus 0.9. Okay, ya, you can substitute minus 0.9. Okay, yeah. When minus 0.9 minus 1, minus 1, this will give you minus 1.9. It doesn't matter 1.9, but I know that the upper part is minus. What about the lower part? Minus 0.9 plus 1, it will give you plus here. Minus 0.9 plus 2, it will give you plus. Minus divided by plus times plus is plus, minus by plus is minus. So it will give you minus. Okay, yeah? Don't forget, when x goes to minus 1, it will go to 0. And division by 0, it will go to infinity, yeah? So you have this goes to minus infinity. And this means that minus 1, x equals minus 1 is the vertical asymptote of fx. You have proved this, yeah, by looking at this. The same, you can do this for x goes to, let's say you have, the zeros is minus 1 and minus 2. This is minus 2. Okay, yeah? For minus 2, I want to find maybe the same, yeah? Minus 2 plus. Minus 2 plus. Minus 2 plus, it means on the right of minus 2, on the right of minus 2, minus 1.9. When I have 1 minus 1.9, I can substitute on the numerator. The numerator will give you minus 1.9 minus 1. It will give minus. What about minus 1.9 plus 1? It will give you minus. Minus 1.9 plus 2, it will give you plus. So you have minus divided by minus times plus will give you plus. So it will give you plus infinity. Why plus infinity? Because this is when you substitute 2 minus 2, it will give you 0. And division by 0 is will give you plus or minus infinity. How do you find the sign? Just like this. Okay, yeah? Finding the sign. So my conclusion. So x equals minus 1 and x equals minus 2 is the vertical asymptote of fx. Okay. Any question from finding the horizontal and vertical asymptotes? Any question from this? No. Ah. Okay, I want to give this. Okay, yeah, so this is how you find the horizontal and vertical asymptote. Okay, if you don't have any question, this is the last part that we are going to discuss. That is the curve sketching. For curve sketching, yeah, okay, you have to refresh your mind. We will going to use what you have learned from the first chapter until now. Okay, so when we are dealing with curve sketching, you have to know about domain, you have to know about interval of monotonicity, concavity, asymptote, find interception point, intercept, x-intercept, y-intercept, and so on. So it's like reviewing from the first chapter until now. Okay, yeah? This is the curve sketching. First of all, okay, let's find the domain. Lagi. Okay, this is a polynomial. So I know the domain is given is by all real. All real. Okay, yeah. What about the range? Okay. It's rather hard, yeah. It's rather hard. But I know the polynomial. This is a odd polynomial. So it will give you something like this. So the range is plus infinity until minus infinity. So the range is also uh, all real. In general, we can just leave out this. Leave out the range if we doesn't know, yeah. Because finding a range is not easy. It's not easy. I think it's hard. Just easy for some function. Okay, yeah. So the RF is real. Finding the interception point. X-intercept. Which one is easy? X-intercept or Y-intercept? X-intercept or Y-intercept? Pravinindya, Zayan Arundanti. Which one is the most easy? Finding X-intercept or finding Y-intercept of this one?
X maybe.
Okay, if you want to you want to find X-intercept, what do you have to set? Do you have to set to be 0? The Y or the X? Finding X-intercept, yeah. X-intercept. So what do you have to? Okay, this is X-intercept, yeah. This is a X-intercept. When this happen, you know what is the height here? Pravinindya, Zayan Arundati, what is the height here? Pravinindya. Hello? In India, what is the height here? You want to find the x-intercept. What is the height here? Ketinggiannya berapa ini?
0.
Very good. So when you are finding x-intercept, you have to find y should be set 0. Okay, yeah? What is y? Y is this. So you have to find 1 over 3x cubed minus 9x plus 1 equals 0. Does it seem easy for you? Finding x, finding the root of cubic polynomial, finding the root of a quadratic polynomial, you have to use ABC formula, yeah, and that's very bad. What about finding the roots of cubic formula? Does it seem easy for you, or not so easy?
Not so easy.
Not so easy. So I think you better have y-intercept. And when you have y-intercept, is this one. You have this one. This is y-intercept. When y-intercept, what do you have to set as 0?
X.
Very good. So you have to check to set x equals 0. And if you set x equals 0, can you find the y here? What is the height? 1x equals 0. In India, this is y, yeah? Y. Graph is y. So can you find the y here when x equals 0?
1.
Very good. And the y-intercept is given by y equals 1. Thank you, Pravin India, Zayan Arundati. So I have it passes through. It passes through 0,1. Okay, this is the y-intercept. X-intercept I cannot have because it's very hard to find 0 equals the root of 0 equals this. Very hard. Okay, yeah. So what we can do after this? Find the interval of monotonicity. Okay, find interval of monotonicity. To find the interval of monotonicity, I have to find, what do I have to find? Andika Konstantin, what do I have to find the interval of monotonicity? I have to find F. Andika Konstantin.
The first derivative, sir.
Yes, very good. And the first derivative is given by Andika Konstantin? The derivative of this, 1/3 times the derivative of x cubed. This is 1/3 times, what is the derivative of x cubed?
It's
3 times
1.
Yeah, okay. So what?
It's
After
1x squared minus 9.
Very good. Okay, yeah. So 3x squared, because 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, yeah. But you can simplify this. 1/3 times 3 is just x squared, yeah. X squared. I can simplify this into x squared. And the last one, the derivative of this, Andika?
Minus 9.
Very good. Thank you, Andika Konstantin. So if you have this, you can factor this out into x minus 3 and x plus 3. Okay, yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. I have minus 3 plus 3. I want to find the diagram for f prime. So I can check this, and you have plus minus plus. What does this mean? What does this mean? This means that this is increase, decrease, decrease. Okay, yeah? Increase, decrease, increase. Okay, so I can, I know, let's say, let's write this. So, F. fx is increasing at interval increasing minus infinity until 3 until minus 3 comma not full stop union with 3 until infinity. Okay ya. And f decreasing fx is decreasing at interval minus 3 until 3. Okay ya. Minus 3 until 3. Okay ya. And you know it will have a relative maximum here and a relative minimum here. Okay ya. The relative minimum is at x equals minus 3 and the relative maximum, no, wrong, this is maximum and the relative maximum is x equals minus 3. Okay ya. Okay, and then after I found the interval of monotonicity decreasing, increasing, the relative minimum, the relative maximum, I want to find interval of concavity. Interval of concavity. Okay ya. Interval of concavity. Interval of concavity. Interval. Okay, you have to find f double prime. And f double prime ox. When f prime is this, how do we find the second the derivative of this? Easy, yeah. This is 2x plus 0. Okay. Okay. And how do you look at this? F double prime, you have x equals 0. Okay, yeah. When x is on the right here, positive, when x positive, 2x should be positive. So you have positive here. And this you have negative here. What does this mean? What does this mean? This is concave upward. This is concave downward. Okay, yeah. So I can do the conclusion for the concavity. Sometimes it's very annoying. So I should fx is concave upward at concave upward at 0 until, don't forget we always use the open interval, yeah. F and I have fx is concave downward at minus infinity, comma 0. Okay, yeah. And this change sign here. So you have the inflection point is given is at x equals 0. Okay, I have the asymptote. Because this is a polynomial, you won't have any asymptote. Okay, yeah. Asymptote you can have if you are dealing with rational function. Rational function. You in the last part, if we are talking about exponent and logarithm, but we won't discuss now. It will have asymptote also, but from the function that we have already learned from the first week. It is just rational function that has asymptote. So polynomial do not have polynomial do not have vertical asymptote, yeah, just asymptote. That means vertical and horizontal asymptote. Sketch the curve. Okay, sketch the curve. Sketching the curve. Yeah, of course, you can do this more smarter way, yeah. You keep using Google. But if we don't have any Google or graphic calculator, I can look at this. First of all, I want to summarize what I have found. I want to summarize what I have found by this. I mean the number 4 and number 5, yeah? Number 4 and number 5. I want to summarize this. Okay. Minus 3, 0 plus 3. I want to have this one, f prime. Oh, sorry, f prime. Okay, yeah. What and f prime? I can look at this f prime plus minus plus minus 3 until 3 is minus. So minus plus. This is plus minus plus. Can you follow me? I just looking at this f prime, the blue one, f prime plus minus plus. Plus is less than minus 3. From minus 3 until 3 is minus. From 3 forward, this is plus. Okay, so this is the graph, plus minus plus. Okay, and I can do the same thing for f double prime. For f double prime, you know that this should be minus, okay, yeah, left of 0 should be minus, and right to the 0 it should be plus and plus. Okay, what does minus here? It means concave downward. This one concave downward. This one concave upward. This one concave upward. And then I will summarize all of this. I will summarize all of this by this. Look, this is going up and this is the concavity. So you will have this kind of graph. Here, what about this? This is going down. So you have this kind of graph. What about this? Going down. What about this? Going up. Can you follow me this? Can you follow me?
Yes.
Okay. And now I'm going to graph all of this. Qualitatively. Quantitatively, you have to check point by point plot. Okay, yeah? But I can look at this. What is the, okay, it passes through 0,1. It passes through 0,1. It passes through 0,1. So when 0, the height is given by 1. Okay, from this, maybe this is 3 minus 3. I can just follow. So from this, it will give you this one. When x equals 3, this is positive or negative? When 3 3 pangkat 3 27, 3 9 27, 3 9 9 min 27. Negative. So it should be negative. So I will have this kind of graph. Okay, yeah. And this one? Okay, and this one? And this one? This is the graph. Qualitatively, I have the graph. Can you follow me? This is the inflection point. It changes concavity. This is the local maximum, the local minimum. So I know the graph qualitatively. But quantitatively, yeah, you should point plot. What is the height of 1? X equals 2. What is the height when x equals 4, x equals 5, x equals 6, x equals minus 2, x equals minus 4, x equals minus 5, and so on. You have to point plot if you want to have a detailed graph. But if qualitatively, this is enough. So do you have any question here?
Saya Pak, Pak.
Yes, questions.
Jika suatu fungsi itu udah gampang gitu Pak untuk dilakukan, untuk dicari secara quantitatively, is it okay? Kayak maksudnya nggak, jadi kita nyarinya langsung kuantitatif aja Pak, nggak perlu kualitatif, itu boleh nggak Pak?
Very good, very good. Your name, Felix?
Felix Pak.
Okay, so Felix was asking if we want to find the graph this part, we want to find the graph like fx equals 2x plus 4 part, 2x plus 4. Do I have to use the same procedure? Of course no, of course no. And of course, we are not going to give you such an easy function for you to graph. Thank you, Felix. Thank you. But we are not going to give you such an easy one. Thank you. Okay, yeah, Felix?
Iya, Pak.
We won't give you easy function. Yeah, we usually give you maybe a polynomial of degree 3, polynomial of degree 4, degree 5, and so on. Yeah, usually degree 3 or 4, not more than that. Okay, yeah, but sometimes degree 5. Okay, and the rational function. You have to know how to do this. Okay, okay. This one is the rational function. This is last one. Okay, first of all, what do I have to look at? The first chapter. That is what? Domain. What is the domain of this function? This function is all x, but exclude x plus 3 equals 0. Why? Because if this is 0, you have division by 0. Okay, and if you have division by 0, the limit will go to plus infinity or minus infinity. It tell you directly that x equals minus 3 is the vertical asymptote. Okay, very quickly. So this is x plus 3 equals 0. So you have x plus 3 equals 0. And this means that x is minus 3. Okay, so I have df is all real number except minus 3. This is minus for set, yeah. Minus, that means exclude minus 3. All real number exclude minus 3. Okay, yeah. So this is the domain. What about the range here? The range here? Yeah, okay, yeah. The range here when okay, the range I'm not sure. Range f but no. Ya oke lah ya. Don't know. So just leave it. After this, intersection point. Intercept. Yeah, the most easy, I think it should be the y-intercept. Because when I'm talking about y-intercept, you should set x equals 0. When you set x equals 0, when x equals 0, y should be x equals 0. I have minus 1 divided by 3. Okay. To make it easy, why don't we give this minus 6? Or, okay. X equals minus 6. So I have when x equals 0, minus 6 divided by, why don't we use plus? So this is when x equals 0, you have 6 divided by 3, and you have 2. Okay. So it passes through. It passes through 0,2. Yes, very good. Number 3, you x-intercept. Can I find the x-intercept? Y equal, this is easy, okay, this is easy. So when I have, the x-intercept, you just y equals 0. When y equals 0, you have x plus 6 divided by a. Okay. Divided by x plus 3, it should be 0. Remember, x must be minus 3 because it is not in the domain. Okay, it is not in the domain. So I can multiply by x plus 3. So you have x plus 6 equals 0. Yeah, because this is, I can multiply to 0. Why? Because x plus 3 is not 0. You see that it is not on the domain. So what we are talking about when x is not minus 3. Okay, so it is safe to multiply this to 0. So x plus 6 equals 0. So you have x should be minus 6. Okay, it means it passes through. It passes through 6,0. Very good, very good. And interval of monotonicity. Same, interval of monotonicity, I have to find g prime x. G prime x. Okay, you remember, you have to let u equal x plus 6. Phi is x plus 3. And what is the derivative here? The derivative is given by u prime is 1 times u prime phi. Okay, I will just directly, minus u phi prime. U phi prime. What is the derivative of this? Phi is 1. Okay, divided by v squared. Okay, remember x shouldn't be minus 3 because it is not in the domain. So you have, I can simplify this, and you have x plus 3 squared, and you have x plus 3 minus x minus 6. Okay, yeah. Simplify it
Oh.
further. Yes,
Sir,
questions?
sorry, I want to ask for
Yes.
the x-intercept.
Yeah.
We found that x is equals to -6, but why did you write it passes through 6,0?
Oh, thank you, thank you. Your name? Sorry?
Anggi. Anggi.
Anggi. Thank you, Anggit Najwa what's your name?
No, Anggi Afifah Rahab.
Oh, that's Anggit. Oh, okay, different. Thank you, Anggi. Thank you, Anggi. So it will give you x plus 3 squared. And what is this? X minus x cancels out. 3 minus 6 is -3. Okay, yeah. And how do I find this? The interval of monotonicity. Don't forget, it can only change sign at the zeros of the numerator and the zeros of the denominator. X must be -3. Don't forget, it cannot be included because x should not be -3. So what you have for here? You can check this is minus, and you can check this is minus. So don't forget, this is the graph of f prime. What does this mean? What does this mean? This is increasing and increasing. So you do not have local maximum and you do not have local minimum here. Okay, so the function gx is increasing. We usually use this ya, we usually okay ya, min minus infinity comma -3 union. But why don't you just unite them? You can't because at -3 the derivative is not there. We usually call this a singular point, okay, yeah, because the derivative doesn't have derivative. X doesn't have derivative f -3, okay, yeah? Because if you substitute -3, g prime x should be positive infinity or minus infinity, okay, yeah? So we usually play like this, okay, yeah? Minus infinity, okay. So this one, the function gx, okay. No relative minimum, I don't write this. Interval of concavity. Interval of concavity. So for interval of concavity, I have to find g double prime x. Oh, interesting. What is the derivative of this? The same. This is u divided by v. U divided by v. If you want to do this, yeah, by u divided by v. So if you do this by u, what is the derivative of this? Just 0 times u prime v. This is x plus 3 squared. Yeah, but multiply by 0, it will give you 0. Minus u prime v minus u v prime. U v prime. What is the derivative of this? 2 times x plus 3. Don't forget that is the derivative with respect to x plus 3. If you want to find the derivative with respect to x, you should multiply with the derivative of x plus 3 with respect to x, that is 1. Okay, yeah? And you have squared, x plus 3 squared, x plus 3/4. Okay, yeah? And you will get, this is 0, okay. The sign, minus, plus, minus. So you will have plus. The number 3, 2, 1, 6, x plus 3 x plus 3 divided by x plus 3 to the cube, to the 4, power 4. Okay, and this cancels out. Why? Because x plus 3 is not 0. It is not in the domain. Okay, so you have 6 divided by x plus 3 cube. Okay, and you can find draw. You can find f double prime, okay, minus 3, not included, excluded. Okay, what about at this one? On the right of minus 3, on the right of minus 3 will give you, you can check, will give you a positive. And this one will give you negative. Okay, yeah? What does this mean? What does this mean? This means it will concave upward. This will concave downward. Okay, yeah? It changes concavity. Yes, Pak, but minus 3 is not divine. So minus 3 is not an inflection point. Minus 3 is not an inflection point because minus 3 is not on the domain. Very careful. Very careful. Okay, yeah? So I can conclude here. I can conclude here. The function gx is concave upward at concave outward minus 3 comma infinity and concave downward and concave downward at minus infinity until minus 3. Okay, yeah, and no relative. Okay, no relative extrema. Extrema is maximum or minimum, yeah. No inflection point. Okay. What do we have after this? The asymptote. How do I find this? You have to look at two asymptotes. That is vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote. Yeah, so finding the vertical asymptote, I have to find limit of x goes to infinity of what that's x plus 6, x plus 3. X plus 6 divided by x plus 3. So how do you find this? This is equal. Yeah, the highest degree, because this is infinity divided by infinity, I have to divide it by the highest degree, that is x. Yeah, if you have already know this, you can just immediately guess, yeah. So it will give you 1 plus 0 divided 1 plus 0. It should give you 1. And you can do the same thing for minus infinity. Okay, just formality here. Because we know this is still the same for this one. But in general, no. In general, not the same. Yeah, it will give you the same result. So the horizontal is y equals what height? 1. Okay, yeah. As you can guess, the vertical asymptote is -3. So I can just look at the left or right. I want to find the right. And this is the same as 3 minus 3 plus. You assume this -3 on the right of -3, -2.9. Minus 2.9. This is on the right of -3, yeah, on the right of -3. So if you substitute this, it will give you positive, and this will give you positive. So it should give you positive. But this goes to 0, so it will be infinity. Okay, yeah, you just prove one of this, and you can conclude immediately. You can conclude immediately the vertical asymptote is x equals -3. Okay, and then sketching curve, the last one, sketching curve. Sketching curve. Okay, I would summarize this first. Let's see. Oh, this is just -3, yeah. -3. This is f prime, f double prime. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. Oh no. Oh no. This is wrong. This is wrong. And this is wrong. It should be decreasing, yeah. Decreasing. Okay. So you have this is decreasing. What about the concavity? Concavity will give you this one and this one. In summary, I can summarize this. Going down, but concave downward, so it should be this. Going down, concave upward will give you this. Okay, yeah? So I can now graph qualitatively. Okay, yeah, I draw this qualitatively. Maybe this one, yeah. And this -3. Okay. Don't forget, if x goes to later. The intercept is given by 0,2, 0,2, 0,2. I think maybe this one. 0,2, and it passes through -6,0. -6,0. I think this one, yeah. This is -6. Okay, what is the horizontal asymptote? Y equals 1. Y equals 1. Okay, so this is the horizontal asymptote. Maybe this one, horizontal asymptote. Let's see. Let's change it a bit, a little higher. This is 2. So it passes through 2, and horizontal asymptote is 1. Okay, yeah. So when x goes to infinity, it will go to, okay, yeah. And if you have vertical asymptote Okay, I will draw it by using the green here, vertical asymptote. Okay, yeah. So when x goes to -3 from the right, it will go to plus infinity. So from the right, it will go to infinity. So I have go to infinity, and you have this kind of graph. So you have this one. Just like this. Okay, yeah. What about this one? Don't forget it must passes through 6. Okay, and it should be have this kind of sign. So it should be you look now. This is the vertical asymptote. When x goes to infinity, it will go to the height +1 here. When x goes to plus infinity, it will go to +1 also, the height 1. Okay, and this have this kind of curve in decreasing, concave upward, concave downward, and vertical asymptote. When x go to -3 from plus, should be plus infinity. From minus, you can check this is minus infinity. Okay, so this is the graph, the green. The green is the graph. Don't forget, name your axis. Okay, any questions? So this is the last. I have already given you also for, I think, the graph of x to the power of 4 in my video. And the graph of more complicated than this, I think x plus 6, maybe the denominator is a quadratic form. I have do that on your on the video. You can just look. Okay. Any question from this? No, yeah. If you don't have any question, I think we'll end this. You will have the quiz at 12:30 until 1:30, and you have group discussion today. I think just use the same group, yeah. I think just use the same group as you have in 2 weeks ago. Okay, just use the same group. Log into your log into this, you know, yeah, tpb19.kuliah.itb.ic.id, yeah. Log into this, log in, and look at the assignment and do the assignment. Don't forget to list your group, the name of your group, the member of your group, and just submit afterward. You have time until midnight tonight, not midnight, 23:59. Not midnight, yeah. Okay, I think that's just all. Don't forget to fill the attendance list, yeah. Don't forget to fill attendance list. I think it is open at 12:15. I think 12:15 or 12:30. So you have two assignment today. There will be a quiz from me. You can do that from 12:30 until 1:30. And the second, you have to do the group discussion. For the group discussion, you have time until 23:59, until 11:59 p.m. today. Any questions? And don't forget, in 2 or 3 weeks, we will have our midterm exam.
Sorry, sir, when?
I think in 2 or 3 weeks. Next week. Yeah, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks or in 3 weeks. I forget. You can look at the syllabus. And for this midterm, if you don't have any camera, please buy one, because we will be using camera for the exam. Okay, yeah? And make sure that you have enough sufficient quota, internet quota.
Sorry,
I
Pak.
think because we were going to have a live exam. Yes, Felix, questions.
Itu group discussion-nya masih grup yang sama kayak kemarin?
Yes. The same group as the previous one. The group discussion use the same group as the previous one. Or if you want to mix it again, yeah, up to you.
Baik, Pak. Terima
Okay.
kasih.
Yes, very good, Felix. Thank you for your questions. Any other questions?
Sir,
Yes, your name?
Cho Junhyun.
Oh, yes. Junhyun, questions.
Will you give us a study guide for the exam later?
Study what?
A study guide, so like what we need to study about. So the titles, the topics.
Oh, okay. I won't do that, but